watch the Milwaukee Bucks defensively, one of the problems that have it obviously is on the defensive end. Here's a team giving up about 96 points per game, but a lot of times their rotations are fairly slow. They don't really have the quickness. They're attempting to rotate and to double team quickly, but they just don't have the team speed, I don't think, to do a great job in that area.
And we run tonight from Bradley Center as they go early and often to their leading scorer, Vin Baker, who is their leading rebounder as well, and a Sixer foul right off the bat.
Well, Vin Baker, you have to be concerned about him. Here's a guy pulling down 3.5 boards per game. 12th in the league in scoring. So even if he misses a shot, which he only misses half the time since he's a 50% shooter, he's going to go after the shot. You've got to box him out. The one thing I would really like to see Vin Baker work on is his intensity and the physical aspect of the game. I mean, he's a very good finesse player, but I think at certain times he also has to be a power player, and he's got to take it to the hoop with authority sometimes. And sometimes he just kind of stays in that finesse mode quite a bit.
Baker also trying to become the first Buck since Kareem in the early 70s to finish in the top 10 in the NBA in both scoring and rebounding. That's Iverson hounding Douglas. This is the rookie Allen for three, and he's their best three-point shooter.
Well, he's taken more shots than anybody. 274 from downtown, shooting 37% from beyond the arc. He's dropped down 102 of them.
Davis has it blocked. Now tracking Glenn Robinson, second on the team in scoring, a shade below Vin Baker. Davis took care of that with a snuff. Pretty play by Mark Davis. Now trying to turn around Vin Baker. It'll count. Instead, Mark Davis to the line for two after the personal on Vin Baker.
Good defensive effort by Mark Davis, getting the block on Glenn Robinson. Watch the leg of Glenn. Does he get much height on the hook shot? He's got to bring that left leg up a little bit higher to get more height on the shot. Instead, Mark Davis was able to get the block and take it up the other end and draw the foul by Vin Baker.
This is the last of 4 meetings between the teams, each team winning this year on the road. The 76ers winners here on February 1st. Mark Davis among the stars that night, along with Adrian Caldwell, Don McClain, who's not here, one of 5 Sixers on the shelf right now with injuries. Lang has cage. Allen obliges. Andrew Lang this year 2 different stints on the injured list. As he moves inside, we have a foul coming up on the Sixers.
Andrew Lang with a little Achilles tendonitis. As you take a look at him getting into the middle, Mark Davis reaches in, gets Andrew across the left arm, but that Achilles is still a little sore for him. I was asking about that before the game tonight. He said, but you know what? He says, I got to go anyway. I've got to play.
Last foul was on Mark Davis. His first and the second on the team. Bucks working here with a fresh 24. Douglas, who has that armor-like body, is able to get inside. 6'1", 195. Played well last night. The Bucks losers at New Jersey. He shot 7 for 9. He dropped 21 against the Nets.
Well, over the year, Sherman Douglas averaging about 9 per game, but against the 76ers, he's averaging 16 points per game.
Stackhouse, after Weatherspoon earned the Sixers a fresh 24. The good slice by Mark Davis that time, his 8th straight start. He's had double figures in 7 of his last 9. Bucks last night victimized by New Jersey's 3-point shooting. The Nets shot 7 for 10 from beyond. And that's Jerry Stackhouse knocking it away. Still 10 to shoot for Milwaukee. Chris Ford giving his Bucks instructions to stay with the net shooters, but they insisted on doubling anyway. When they came back on the rotation, they were late, and the Nets kept hitting the 3-point shot. Douglas got by Iverson and scored 2. He's 4th on the team in scoring, 9 per game. Steve mentioned earlier he has played well this year against the 76ers. Cage off the miss by Weatherspoon. Sixers here have a fresh 24. Almost 3 minutes gone in the first. They're down 8-4. Lang showing against Iverson. And Clarence Weatherspoon was free, and Allen hit him with a perfect pass.
Excellent pass and read by Allen Iverson. Who's the open man? Somebody's open when you're being double teamed.
Illegal defense against the 76ers. It is their first. So they get the warning. One more against Johnny Davis's team, and Bucks will be shooting the technical foul. Sixers losers Wednesday against Atlanta, 116-101, as Johnny Davis is discussing the ball fake call. Allen spinning beautifully on Stackhouse. Michael Cage, fingertip control for the Sixers.
Good help by Michael Cage coming in there, getting into the lane, denying Ray Allen the lane into the paint.
They ooh and ah here, seeing Iverson for only the second time this year. Davis, pretty move around Douglas as he used him in the post on the mismatch. Davis with 6 of the Sixers' 8. Allen Iverson called the personal foul that time, hand checking. Sherman Douglas for Allen, his first.
Let's take a look. Allen disagreed with the official. Right there, the right hand on the hip. Good call by the official on the outside. Had a good look at it.
The Bucks counting last night's loss at New Jersey. They have lost 4 straight. Baker, his own miss.
Well, I tell you what, Finn misses an awful lot of easy shots. See, that's what I'm talking about. Try to finesse it up off the glass instead of just powering that thing to the hoop.
Allen Iverson, quick as a wink, averaging 39 in his last 3, 40 or more in each of his last 2. The career high 44 at Chicago Monday, dropped 40 against Atlanta on Wednesday. Play by Weatherspoon to bang it off the glass. Davis unleashes Stackhouse, who slams for 2.
Boy, that's a great outlet pass by Mark Davis. Jerry Stackhouse taking off from the perimeter, outrunning Ray Allen, and with that, the Sixers have a 4-point lead. Uh-oh.
Allen, that's for 3. He misses from beyond. The Bucks are in real trouble. Iverson lifts off, and there's Stackhouse to slam for 2. And the Bucks call timeout as the Sixers have gone on a run here. Almost 5 minutes gone in the first. They
get that. That's one area where I think the Milwaukee Bucks you can pretty much beat them on a nightly basis, is if you can fast break them.
Baker, good look off the ball, and there is the big dog Glenn Robinson benefiting. He's second on the team in scoring, a shade beneath Baker at 21 per game. He needs 28 tonight for 5,000 for his career. He had only 14 last night against New Jersey, shooting a paltry 6 for 17. Davis, that's for 3. Stackhouse rescues the Sixers, back up with a left hand. It would have counted. And Jerry will go to the line for 2 after the personal foul on fellow rookie Ray Allen.
Mark Davis, with that 3-point attempt, has really been struggling from downtown. He's just 3 of his last 22, 13%. When you're in a situation like that, you have the opportunity to drive to the hole. You might as well take it to the hole, realizing that the outside shot, you haven't hit that thing very well over the last month or so.
76ers basketball brought to you by Brewery Fresh Budweiser, who reminds you that fresh beer tastes better. Jerry Stackhouse, 2 for 2 from the line. He's got 6. Sixers shooting 54% as we're almost halfway through the first quarter. Robinson, picked by Lang. Iverson among the NBA leaders in steals, and there it is.
It's a heck of a run by the 76ers right now. 14-2 run.
Trapping the Bucks here, trying to keep their run going, utilizing their quickness. Andrew Lang, however, interrupts that. Davis, as they beat the Bucks down the floor, and Davis gets 2. So the Sixers now even taking it out of the net and getting to the other end.
Well, the Milwaukee Bucks just aren't getting back. They look like they already have their bags packed, ready for the end of the season in a week and a half or so. They've got 6 games left, including tonight's game. Might as well give it a great effort from here on out. And defensively, this team has struggled to get back here in the first quarter.
Baker, a good passing big man, averages about 3 assists per game. Cuts the Sixer lead to 6. Weatherspoon forced off the block by Vin Baker. Allen by Iverson gets to Ray Allen's third on the team in scoring. 13 per game, having a solid rookie season, closing in on 1,000 points for his first year. Iverson testing Douglas. It is 20-16 Sixers. We have 4.5 to go here in the first. Baker trying to free himself in the grasp of Clarence Weatherspoon, holding about 5 inches. And Baker is called for the offensive foul. That is his second. And Chris Ford's going to make a move here and get his star out of the game. Baker has struggled thus far, 0 for 3. Robinson the near steal. Davis an open lane. Kingsford Iverson 3. Yes! Allen, by year's end, will be second all-time in three-pointers attempted. Vernon Maxwell set the franchise record last year as Douglas is bumped. And Sherman will head to the line.
And that'll
Fouls on Allen Iverson.
Yep, that'll be his second. Well, let's take a look at Mark Davis on the drive. You can see Sherman Douglas trying to get into the paint, but you already had your big guy back. That's been one of the problems all year long, just because a guy's driving. And you've got to rely on your center. In that particular case, Andrew Lang, you say, all right, Andrew, you take him. Then I've got to kind of fake and then go back to my man a little bit, because you don't want a three-point shooter left wide open like that.
Chucky Brown's come in for Vin Baker. And Doug Overton in to spell Allen Iverson in the midst of a sterling first quarter for Allen. 3 for 5 shooting for 7 and 4 assists. But the leading scorer is sitting. 2 personal fouls apiece. Clarence Weatherspoon spins it in, and now he'll go to the line after the foul.
Nice little pump fake by Clarence Weatherspoon, and a good entry pass as well. Spoon pushing the defensive player Chucky Brown up the lane. You can see where Chuck is. The pump fake, get Andrew Lang up in the air, gets both Brown and Lang in the air, then on another pump fake just takes it to the other side as Brown was coming down, and the hand in the back.
And for Chucky, his first. Spoon completing the three-point play. The 76ers matching their largest lead at 8. Still 3.5 to go here in the first. Robinson operating without Vin Baker. Bucks beating the Sixers twice at the Coors State Center, once in January, a Martin Luther King Monday afternoon, the other one spoiling the home opener for the Sixers. And a good look that time, Weatherspoon to Davis. The Sixers passing very well here in the first quarter, consequently leading by 10, their largest lead so far.
Well, there's a lot of lanes open if you cut to the hoop.
Sixers shooting 61% here in the first quarter. Robinson against Davis.
Well, I was over here about 10:15 today. I was shooting hoops myself for about 35-40 minutes before the Bucks came out on the floor as the 76ers went elsewhere for shoot-around. And I'll tell you what, those rims today seem like they were about 3 or 4 times as large as what they normally are. And I'm not surprised 76ers shooting so well here in the first quarter.
But you had it going on today, huh?
Yeah, I did. I had that stroke going real well today. Took a couple hundred shots.
Steve Nicks, that former Milwaukee Buck. Timeout on the floor with the Sixers holding. Doug Overton, his first action since November or April 1st. That's the night he twisted the ankle as Weatherspoon delivered to Davis, and Mark Davis will go back to the line. Led Robinson the personal foul.
Milwaukee Bucks trying to half-court trap, just the pass over the double team. Once again, you have a cutter going down the paint. Nobody's in the paint protecting any type of pass, and that should have been Joe Wolf. just kind of playing center field out there, if you will, in the paint area.
Johnny Newman off the Milwaukee bench in for Glenn Robinson. Joe Wolf coming in moments ago for Andrew Lang. The Bucks have a pretty good bench, and with the addition of people like Gilliam and Elliot Perry and maturing, or at least you hoped, of Vin Baker and Glenn Robinson, the Bucks were thought to be a playoff contender this year.
Well, when we saw them the first part of the year, we definitely thought that this was a playoff contending team, no question about it. Even when we came back here in February, the possibility was still there that they could make the playoffs, and then they lost 5 in a row before the All-Star break, and everything just fell apart from that point on. And it just seems like every year this team has a tendency to fall apart after the All-Star break.
Doug Overton stepped on the baseline, so the Bucks will get it back here with a fresh 24. Johnny Davis's team trapping rather well against the Bucks that last possession.
And what'd you say they were, 8-24?
8-24 since the Sixers last visited on February 1st. Bucks working here with a fresh 24. Wolf from Douglas, that's his shot. Allen crashing, and another 24 for Milwaukee.
Back on ball, back on. By yourself.
Newman, eye to eye with Clarence Weatherspoon.
On a one-on-one with the Milwaukee Bucks, and when you take a look at the assists that they get on a game-by-game basis, they're 27th in that category, averaging about 19.3 assists per game, which means that once a guy gets the ball, he's pretty much looking to just take the defensive player off the dribble.
Elliot Perry has come on, and he's in to spell Sherman Douglas. So all bench players right now for the Bucks, save the rookie Ray Allen. Milwaukee here with 13 to shoot. 76ers basketball brought to you by Hopkins Ford, the Ford Truck Authority located on the fairway in Jenkintown, Pennsylvania. Stackhouse lined up by Newman, 3 to shoot. Jerry being denied, tough shot. Didn't hit the rim, so a 24-second shot clock violation is called on the 76ers. And for the Sixers tonight, Steve, only their first turnover. They turned it over 28 times against the Atlanta Hawks. 23 of those were Hawk steals. A 2-for-1 for the Bucks here, should they choose to work it. Elliot Perry, they call him Socks for obvious reasons. Those knee highs. Wolf contends with Cage. Michael has labored the entire first quarter, and he pulls down his 5th rebound. Got a 10-second difference now between the clocks. Weatherspoon, Brown is late. Good play by Mark Davis. Kept it alive to the Bucks' benefit here with a shot clock unclogged. Wolf not expecting the pass. It's Allen. That's for 2. 6 seconds to go in the first. The Sixer lead trimmed to 10. Overton hustles up, throws it up. Weatherspoon had an opportunity, and that'll do it.
The Milwaukee Bucks shoot 43%. They're generally going to lose. That's their mark when they lose. When they've lost 47 games this year. When they've won one of the 29 games, they've averaged over 101 points and shot almost 50% as a team.
The Sixers turned it over for only the 2nd time. In fact, only 2 on the Bucks here in the first half. Well, Steve Mix, Mark Zuma bringing you all the action tonight here on Prism. The Sixers by as many as a dozen in the first half, leading by 8 as we open up the second. Joe Wolf in a rhythm.
Talking to Joe Wolf in the locker room prior to the game tonight, he was on the treadmill, getting a mile or so on the treadmill before the game. He said, you know, I'm not getting a whole lot of time, so I've got to stay in shape somehow.
He's played about 2/3 of the games this year as the Bucks come up with a turnover, averaging about 9 minutes per game. Getting a run tonight as Overton comes up with a steal for the Sixers. The Sixers, who took very good care of the ball in the first quarter. Another turnover here in the early moments of the second. Allen Iverson will come back for Doug Overton in just a moment. Sixer lead sliced to 6. Elliot Perry. He Milwaukee. He will go that way on occasion. And even at our box office and all Ticketmaster locations, or by calling 215-336-2000. Sixers out of the timeout. Allen Iverson back to his old tricks, setting up Adrian Caldwell for Caldwell's first field goal of the night. You might recall back in February when Caldwell was playing on the second 10-day contract that he was issued. He was playing to try to stay with the Sixers for the rest of the season, and played himself onto the team with his play here in Milwaukee as Ray Allen cans the tray. Iverson burns Perry, yes, and a foul. Quite a play by Allen Iverson on the drive. Joe Wolf sending Iverson to the line looking for the three-point play.
Take a look at Allen Iverson getting to the baseline, taking it to the opposite side. Joe Wolf with the whack, the kiss off the glass by Allen Iverson. A good quick move getting by Elliot Perry. There's the bump. That's a beautiful play by Allen Iverson.
Iverson tonight getting his first rest in their last 4. He's played 48 minutes or more in each of the last 3. 2 minutes gone here in the second. Perry, not a bad three-point shooter.
Well, he killed us that first game in Philadelphia. Elliot Perry averaging about 14 points per game against the 76ers, and during the course of the year averaging just a little over 6 on the season.
Sixer advantage, cut to 3. Clarence Weatherspoon contends with Chucky Brown, and that's Newman for the Bucks. Sixers this year a mere 3-23 against the Central Division. That's Caldwell off the miss by Allen. He glanced over his right shoulder looking for the foul. Iverson now has Allen on a switch. Perry now back on Allen Iverson. Stackhouse. Davis. Out of bounds it goes. It'll belong to Milwaukee. Sixers 5 games remain after tonight. Tomorrow at Cleveland. We'll be on Sports Channel at 7:30. Home games Monday against Washington, and Wednesday, as we mentioned moments ago, fan appreciation night against the Boston Celtics. Chucky Brown.
Now that's a nice play. You use the high pick and roll, and then all of a sudden you set a back screen. Somebody should be wide open. One of those pick-the-picker type of plays.
Sixer lead down to a point.
Yeah, the bench for the Milwaukee Bucks now, they're hungry, they're aggressive. They're looking for an opportunity to play a little bit more. The bench guys, on the other hand, may start thinking, well, we've got 6 games to go, including tonight. We played hard all season long. Take a look at Allen Iverson with the crossover, gets tripped up by Elliot Perry, but the bench says, you know what, guys, we want this thing to continue on for a little bit.
Allen Iverson's called for his 3rd personal foul, unable to escape the grasp of Elliot Perry.
Mark Davis with the moving screen and the grab. Take a look. Allen Iverson up. You can see Mark Davis hooking the arm of Elliot Perry.
So for Davis, his 2nd. And thank goodness Iverson still with only 2 personal fouls. Wolf broke it loose for Allen.
We had 3 Sixers on the inside, all going for the defensive board. And then when nobody came down with it, Joe Wolf was able to tip it out.
And the Bucks regain the lead. Allen, by the way, with 10. As this unit has done a nice defensive job on the Sixers. Davis, good setup for Caldwell, and a foul.
Take a look at Mark Davis. Crossover there, crossover back, taking it to the paint. A nice dish to AC, Adrian Caldwell, who was fouled on the shot attempt. Had lunch with Mike Dunleavy today, general manager of the Milwaukee Bucks, and he likes Mark Davis.
What's there not to like?
Yeah, I mean, of course, I mean, there's probably 20 other teams around the league that like Mark as well.
And Mark will have the opportunity to entertain offers this coming summer as a free agent. Perry, baseline, gives it up. That's Johnny Newman. Perry hustles it down, run into by Jerry Stackhouse. And a foul coming up. For Stack, his first.
The chase for the basketball. Elliot Perry coming up with it. Jerry Stackhouse with the cross body block. Unintentional, just 5 yards.
First on the team. Ray Allen having a good first half. Allen's got 15 points on 6 for 10 shooting, as he has shot the Bucks back in it. They lead by 1. Almost 5 minutes gone here in the second. Weatherspoon contends with Joe Wolf, has his way anyway. Clarence good first half after getting only 2 against Atlanta on Wednesday. He's 4 for 8 for 9 here. As Vin Baker will come back for Milwaukee in just a moment.
Oh, that's a pretty nice group that Chris Ford has out there right now. They're aggressive. They're working hard.
Baker is in for Joe Wolf. And the Wisconsin native who once dreamt as a child of playing for the Milwaukee Bucks. Gets warm applause from the hometown fans here. Sixer lead is 1 as we approach the halfway point of the second. Elliot Perry, that's for 3. Chucky Brown keeps it alive for the Bucks. Fresh 24 for Milwaukee. Allen eye to eye with Stackhouse. Iverson turns it over. Brown lined up. Weatherspoon there. Chucky to the other side of the goal. Cage pulls away his 6th rebound.
Boy, not a good decision by Brown.
As Stackhouse is fouled by Allen, who desperately was trying to prevent the field goal. Instead, Jerry gets 2, now hunting for 3.
Not a good job by Chucky Brown on the one end, because he did not get the bump and tried to take it the other side. You had the clean shot coming in from the left side. Misses the shot. So he didn't even get to the free throw line, didn't hit the bump, came up empty, and on the defensive board they were able to kick it out and get it to Jerry Stackhouse. And not a good foul attempt by Ray Allen either. So a couple of poor plays on 2 possessions, one by the Sixers, one by the Bucks. Cost the Milwaukee Bucks a potential 5 points.
Jerry with 9. The Sixer advantage is 4. Allen stops on a dime as Stackhouse was left backpedaling, and Ray Allen having himself a half. He's got 17. Iverson looks to answer with 3. He is fouled, looking for the 4-point play. Elliot Perry all over Allen Iverson, who now marches to the line.
Take a look at Allen Iverson rising up for the 3 ball. Elliot Perry getting hung up on the screen by Clarence Weatherspoon. Jumps out at Allen and whacks him on the attempt. Allen Iverson getting 26 shot attempts in his last 5 ball games. Tonight, Allen Iverson is
5 of 7.
5 of 7. Good night for Allen.
And 6 assists. Newman has Davis. It's their show. Weatherspoon the help. Diving is Brown. Can't handle the pass.
Time to get Chucky Brown out of the game if you're Chris Ford.
Iverson works over Curry, and Baker says no. He's their leading shot blocker. Stackhouse bumping with Allen. Ball knocked away. Out of bounds. It'll belong to Milwaukee.
Take a look at Ben coming over. No, not today. Not in my territory.
Newman by Davis. All the way to goal for 2.
Boy, Johnny Newman rising up, then looking at Tommy Nunes saying, hey, there's the foul.
Johnny Newman tonight is 275th consecutive game. It's number 9 on the active list. He's 33 years old. Iverson shakes free, gets 2 more. Allen Iverson having a terrific first half. 6 for 9. He's got 15. So still trailing Ray Allen, who's got 17 for the Bucks. Perry, the big hop. Stackhouse leaves it for Iverson, spins it up. Jerry the follow. Out of bounds it goes.
Nobody could quite see it. Jump ball call.
Iverson way out to pick up Douglas. 76ers trapping out of the timeout. Ray Allen, who's been the man for the Bucks.
Well, anytime you get a trapping situation, bring somebody up to the high post, and that should pretty much do it. You spread the floor enough, get somebody into the high post area right in the middle of the court. Now all of a sudden he can get the ball and start dishing, start picking you apart.
Iverson lifts through 2 more. Iverson trying to match Ray Allen, who's got 19. Allen with 17, meaning Iverson here in the first half. Sherman Douglas. Michael Cage with 7 rebounds here right before halftime.
I got a good game against Atlanta the other day. 8 rebounds, 6 points.
His most productive game probably since the All-Star break.
Yeah. I mean, he's only averaging, what, about 7.5? Last couple games, 23 minutes per game, but previous 10, 7.5 minutes per game. That's not a whole lot of time to get real productive.
The ball goes over the backboard and out of bounds. It'll belong to Milwaukee after the 3-point attempt by Mark Davis. Coming up at halftime, the color announcer for the Milwaukee Bucks, who was an integral part of that 70-71 championship team we talked about in the Open. And it's fitting, Steve, that he would be next to Oscar Robertson because he played next to Oscar here in Milwaukee, and he'll have a few words, I would guess, to say about the wonderful efforts by the Big O on behalf of his daughter, donating a kidney yesterday. Oscar's daughter has lupus, and they actually ascertained that one of his other daughters was perfectly capable of donating, but Oscar wanted to keep her healthy and not put her at risk. So it was Dad who did the deed. Michael Cage gets his own miss. Iverson spots Stackhouse. Ray Allen looming. Jerry gets it again, fights it up, and he's fouled. Jerry Stackhouse, never afraid to mix it up.
Getting the O-board, taking it back up, getting the block, takes it back up, gets hit. Still gets the shot attempt up. Comes up holding his head, said, man. Come on, ref, make the call. As Ray Allen goes to the bench.
Johnny Newman comes back for the Bucks. Allen has 19 for Milwaukee here in the first half.
Let's take a look at Ray, see where he got hurt. Coming up, the shoulder. But Jerry Stackhouse maybe catching the chin a little bit of Ray Allen.
Ray Allen has been able to play every single game this year for the Bucks and has started every one of them with the exception of 1. Jerry Stackhouse now at 10, makes it a 6-point game. Under 2 to play before the break. Armin Gilliam, former 76er, wearing number 10 for the Bucks. His first appearance tonight. Baker the call. And Vin Baker turns it over.
Well, I don't know why the Milwaukee Bucks, especially with a driver like Johnny Newman, do not try to take advantage of Jerry Stackhouse. Try to make him pick up his second, or try to make Allen or Allen Iverson pick up his third possibly. Just ISO a couple times. He's been doing that the whole first quarter.
Well, Vin Baker's not getting it done. Without a field goal and only 1 point, he's their leading scorer at over 21 a game. Robinson takes on Davis. There's Weatherspoon, the goaltender. And score 2 for the big dog, Glenn Robinson.
Well, the interesting thing is when you take a look at Vin Baker, here's a guy 12th in the league, averaging better than 21 points per game. But just in April alone, his scoring is down to 18 points here this month. So he's been struggling this entire month.
Sixer lead reduced to 4. Just over a minute to play. Stackhouse wants Newman, pretty good defender. Iverson by Douglas, lifts it high, and Baker has it for Milwaukee. Mark Davis almost knocked it away from Douglas. Newman with an opportunity. And finally, it's Vin Baker with his first field goal of the night.
Johnny Newman looking at the official saying, hey, where's that second personal on Jerry Stackhouse? I know he hit me. I know you saw it. You got a ball in that whistle, or are you just carrying that thing around just for fun?
That sounds like a Steve Mix line from way back when.
Exactly right.
Newman, veneer steal, and in fact, the Bucks do pick it off. Douglas up top for big dog, Glenn Robinson. Now there's Weatherspoon cherry picking, and Clarence has the answer.
What a bad fast break for the Milwaukee Bucks, because as soon as you find out that you have the advantage, somebody, and you've been taught this all throughout grade school, you start counting your guys, and if you have an advantage 4-on-3, somebody's got to hang back just to prevent that type of situation happening.
Clarence, the fourth Sixer into double figures with the 11. The clocks here are virtually identical. The Sixers had a foul to give, and Michael Cage came scrambling out to contribute it, his second.
Plenty of time to set up a good solid play. You can catch the basketball and use a screen if you would like to.
5.6 to go here in the second. Douglas contends with Iverson. Sherman Douglas is called for the offensive foul, hooking Allen Iverson. The Sixers here want a 20-second timeout. Trying to outline a play here with 3.4 to go before halftime.
Watch the left arm. That looked like a pretty good hook. That did not look like an offensive foul on Sherman Douglas. That looked like he had the elbow. He did not use the hand to extend around the body of Allen Iverson. And with that, a technical foul on the Milwaukee Bucks, probably on Sherman Douglas. Jerry Stackhouse to go to the line to shoot the technical. 3.4 left. And all of a sudden here, you've got plenty of time now for Johnny Davis to set up a good solid play. You got one or two dribbles, a pump fake, get the defensive player in the air, get the shot off. Sixers could get out of here with a 5 or 6 point lead at halftime.
76ers basketball is brought to you by your Quality Plus Ford dealers, who invite you to test drive Ford's all-new Expedition, the only way to get there. The Sixers here extend their lead to 56-53 after Jerry Stackhouse makes the technical foul. Glenn Robinson, who was Player of the Week on one of the weeks in January, the first time in 6 years a Buck has been named so. Had a career-high 44 against Washington earlier this year, the most by a Buck in a game in 8 years. But very disappointed he was not chosen to the All-Star team.
Let's see if the Sixers try to get a lob.
Here it is to Stackhouse. One more pass for Weatherspoon out of bounds. It goes just in the backcourt. Mark Davis and Clarence Weatherspoon up front with a center, Michael Cage. Cage pulling 8 rebounds in the first half for the Sixers. Stackhouse around Ray Allen. Joe Wolf is getting a start here in place of Andrew Lang in the middle for Milwaukee as we begin the second half of action. Sixers back to work here with a fresh 24. The personal is on Ray Allen. And for Allen, that's 4 personal fouls. And Chris Ford will want to protect now his leading scorer, Ray Allen, who has to defend against Jerry Stackhouse. A smart move by the Sixers to go right at Allen after he picked up his 4th personal. Ray Allen, before he leaves, is going to let you know he's still around.
Yeah, you know what? You might as well leave him in. You're sitting there with 5.5 games to go. I know you're trying to protect your star player and everything else. I think he's a smart enough basketball player to possibly not pick up his 5th. Too late now, though, as Johnny Newman is up at the scorer's table.
Allen for the rolling Baker. It goes out of bounds. And the Sixers will have it. And now Johnny Newman comes in for Ray Allen. 76ers basketball brought to you by Hopkins Ford, the Ford Truck Authority located on the fairway in Jenkintown, Pennsylvania. Allen leads with 21. Iverson getting the pick by Clarence Weatherspoon. Wolf meeting Spoon. Mark Davis and Michael Cage getting an opportunity, and finally the big dog powers out. Glenn Robinson takes it in against Weatherspoon, and a foul.
Spoon getting the big dog across the wrist as Glenn was getting ready to go up for the shot. Take a look at Glenn Robinson pushing the basketball up, almost tipped away by Mark Davis. Regains control of the basketball, gets hit across the wrist. Spoon says, oh no. Glenn Robinson completes the three-point play. And with that, the Bucks are up a deuce.
And for Clarence, his first of the first on the team. 90 seconds gone. We're in the third. Iverson. Nothing happening. Baseline. Emerges. The other side. Stackhouse saw it all the way. Couldn't put it home. Iverson gets it back. Finds Weatherspoon. One more for Cage. Michael again as the Sixers doing well off the offensive glass. Here it goes out of bounds. They'll retain possession.
Well, they had 7 at halftime. Gonna give them a couple more here. Probably in the double figures right now is Michael Cage.
Shaken up on the play. Cage has pulled 10 rebounds thus far. And Wolf has it off the Michael Cage miss. Charging in is Newman. That would have tied it.
That's either a block or a charge. It's not a no call by the official, but that's what they ruled. 76ers a little slow getting back.
Robinson over Cage and a foul. It is on Michael as Robinson treads the line looking for the three-point play.
Got a couple 76ers a little slow getting back. Michael Cage, you can see Spoon in the paint trying to defend. The big dog gets fouled on the shot attempt again. 5-point lead. Let's see if Johnny gets a 20 here. Make sure everybody's on the same page here. Get them back defensively.
Indeed, the Sixers calling timeout. Allen Iverson. There'll be many Top Harley dealers on the concourse to visit. Tickets available at the Core State Center box office and all Ticketmaster locations, or by calling 215-336-2000. Clarence Weatherspoon helping the 76ers to rev it up here in the third. Their first field goal, and they trail by 3. Spoon has supplied 13 tonight. Davis off the miss by Douglas. Sixers with their most comfortable running. Mark Davis unable to finish because of Joe Wolf. And Davis will go to the line for 2.
Sherman Douglas missing the shot. Sixers coming up with the defensive boards, pushing the basketball up, and that timeout. Johnny Davis reminding his troops, hey, we were able to get a 10-point lead in the first half because we were able to dominate the defensive boards and then look to push. The Milwaukee Bucks do not want to get back defensively. So let's run it up.
You know, the good thing about Mark Davis starting, it gives Joey Stackhouse and Allen Iverson somebody to run with.
Well, exactly right. And if you want a half-court trap, you can half-court trap with those 3 players as well. It's a big advantage.
Sixers looking trappish here. Wolf out to break it. The Sixers able to force the turnover anyway.
Glenn took his eye right off the basketball. He was looking at the rim the entire way.
8 turnovers on each team. They played 3 and change. Sixers down 2. We're in the third. Now the Bucks touched it last, I believe. Yep, Johnny Newman stating his case, but Sixers will get it with 16 to shoot. Stackhouse, that's for 3. Mark Davis for the Sixers against Robinson, gets 2 more. A terrific night tonight for Mark Davis, who has dropped 15, and we're locked at 61.
Well, you take a look at what Mark's done over the last 7 games that he started. He's averaged 13+ points per game as a starter.
Robinson on the move is fouled by Clarence Weatherspoon. The Sixers are trapping once again. They call it actually on Mark Davis. And that's 3 on him.
I think the one thing that Glenn Robinson needs around him, because he is a very good scorer, is he needs a good center and a good power forward that can play some good solid defense and plug up the middle. You know, he's trying to play the defensive end, but that's not his forte. His forte is putting some points on the board. And I think if he could get with another team somewhere along the line that has good, Indiana, for example, could really use a guy like Glenn Robinson, another scorer, along with Reggie Miller.
Of course, you have that 10-year, $68 million contract to worry about when you try to trade him, meaning you got to trade dollar for dollar. Pass for Douglas goes awry, and the Sixers will have it back.
Well, that's the problem when you're trying to trade a guy like that. But I'm sure Indiana, if they do not make the playoffs, they'll be looking to trade one of the Davis guys.
They wanted to unload Derek McKee, but had no takers. Davis had his own teammate there. That was Stackhouse. Finally gets it up and in anyway.
That's a walk. Chris Ford can't believe the call.
Sixers have tied it at 63. Davis has 17 tonight. Robinson has two Sixers, Mark Davis and Clarence Weatherspoon, to get those two. The big dog has 18 now.
Sixers doing a good job so far on Vin Baker, not allowing Vin Baker to get off. And take a look at Allen Iverson going to the crossover move. Good rotation on the basketball. High floater. Nothing but net for Allen.
He left Sherman Douglas feeling for the air. Jerry Stackhouse came up with it. Instead, we have a foul. It is on Davis. That is his fourth. We'll see if Johnny Davis doesn't make a move here. 7:11 to go in the third. Davis has to track Robinson, who's having himself a pretty good third quarter. But before he could risk another foul, Mark Hendrickson comes in for Mark Davis. Davis sitting with 17, 6 boards, and 5 assists. Those are healthy totals.
Those are good stats. A good solid night for Mark Davis.
And now Hendrickson, the rookie, has to try to take care of Glenn Robinson. Good luck.
Well, that's a double team by Spoon and Hendrickson. Not a great aggressive double team, as Glenn Robinson was able to put the ball on the floor and just dribble by both of them. If you're going to double team, you might as well do it aggressively.
Weatherspoon's pass knocked away. Robinson has it for the Bucks. Douglas hit in stride, no solo. Nice play by Robinson. The Bucks go up 4. Baker helping Douglas with Iverson. But Baker still active defensively. Weatherspoon thus is open. Tapped up and in by Michael Cage. His first field goal of the night.
Mike doing a great job there as the Milwaukee Bucks, Vin Baker and Sherman Douglas double team Allen Iverson. In that case, shot goes up, 45-degree angle left side. You know it's going to come off and it's going to be missed on the right side somewhere. Michael Cage right there to tip it back in.
Sherman in typical Douglas fashion. High arching shot in the lane. Douglas with 10. It's just above his average. Sixers down 4 as Iverson contending with Douglas. And Sherman is called on the personal. 2 on him, 3rd on the team. The Sixers already with 4 team fouls, so the Bucks shooting from here on in. The Bucks themselves with 1 more to give as the Sixers go back to work here with a fresh 24. Iverson doubled by Newman. Stackhouse unable to handle it. Weatherspoon in rhythm. Yes. Clarence has dropped 15. Sixers down 2. 5.5 to go here in the third.
Just 2 points against Atlanta the other night, but you go the previous 10, almost 17 points, 9 rebounds in those 10 games he was averaging. So Spoon is back here as well. As take a look at Vin Baker now, starting to warm up just a little bit. Vin had just struggled big time in the first half. Vin with just 3 points.
Iverson is fouled in the act of shooting. Joe Wolf is called. So that's the 4th on the Bucks. So the 76ers shooting from here on in as well. Allen Iverson getting another. Chucky Brown coming back for the Bucks. And he's in for Joe Wolf. So Andrew Lang on the bench here to begin the second half. As Steve mentioned earlier, the Achilles tendonitis, which has been bothering him all season long, perhaps a factor here with Wolf getting the start, and now Brown coming in, meaning that Baker will shift to the center spot. Sixers trapping, trailing by 2. Iverson, good hustle. Taken by Robinson. Sixers trap again. Newman, as the Sixers beaten that time, gambling defensively. Newman gets the field goal. He's got 6. Iverson now posting Douglas. It is their show right now as Allen drives right by, scores, and he's fouled. Chucky Brown came over to help out, and Brown knocked Allen Iverson hard to the floor.
Allen Iverson with the spin move to the baseline. Sherman Douglas, all you got to do is move your feet a little bit. No, he didn't. Allen taking him to the hole. One more look at it. There's the bump by Brown. Well, I don't know how many times Allen Iverson has been knocked to the floor. I'd like to have 50 cents for every time he's been knocked down. Picked himself right back up.
Starts all over again. The Bucks turn it over here. The Sixers get it back down 1. Jerry Stackhouse is eye on the prize. Yes, and a foul. And the Sixers go back in front as Jerry Stackhouse now will go to the line looking for the three-point play.
Take a look at Jerry Stackhouse taking it to the hoop. Good acrobatic move by Jerry Stackhouse. Gets bumped just a little bit, thrown off balance, but still has presence of mind to look at the glass and where do I want to throw it off of?
Stack with 14 as the Sixers go up 2. Again, they trap. Baker now at center against Cage. Then Baker, who can warm in a hurry, a second field goal of the quarter. He's got 7 in the game. Iverson now with Newman on him. Good delivery for Cage. Has it swiped away. The Bucks have it as we're locked at 77. 3.5 to play in the third. Douglas.
Well, that's a tough shot by Sherman Douglas. Floating to his left, using the right hand, still getting the shot up. Got the shooter's bounce on that one.
Douglas has it, doesn't. Stackhouse to Stephon Newman. Johnny Newman simply grabbing Jerry Stackhouse.
22 on a hold.
Both teams in the penalty here, so Jerry will march back to the line.
You know what? The one thing that you want to do, and Jerry has been knocking down the outside shot, but as opposing coaches, you have to realize that you know, Jerry Stackhouse wants to put the basketball on the floor. If you start taking a look at stats and stuff or watching game film, you realize that Jerry wants to put the ball on the floor. He's getting the line last 12 games, about 11 per game, which means that if you're going to defend Jerry, I don't want to stay uptight on him because he has that quick first step. I want to back off him, kind of goad him into shooting the outside shot a little bit. I'd rather do that and take my chances with the 18, 20-foot jump shot than have him drive by me and get me in foul trouble.
Robinson canning the 3. He's got 23, and that's the margin for the Bucks. Stackhouse looking to answer. Yes!
Of course, then again, if you rise up and knock down the 3, then you've got to go out on them a little bit.
Indeed. They got to respect you then.
Yeah, just proved that theory in a hurry, didn't he?
Robinson missing the tray. Baker earning the Bucks a fresh 24. Baker wants it now against Clarence Weatherspoon. Hendrickson, the late double. A good double by Mark. Robinson fails on the putback. A double by Hendrickson, just enough to upset Baker as Iverson has it stripped. It goes out of bounds, and the Sixers maintaining possession. And they'll have it after the ensuing timeout. Locked at 82, 2:15 and counting. We're in the third.
Sixers and Bucks tied at 82. 2 and change to go here in the third. Well, we've been telling you all season long about 76ers camps. Stop waiting. Now's the time to sign up. For the 76ers camps, it is a terrific opportunity to learn the game, to meet a player or 2 or 3. You can go overnight. You can go during the day, but go. The camps have been sold out now for the past 8 years. There's a reason why. They are terrific. Give them a call at 215-542-CAMP. 215-542-CAMP.
Well, let's take a look at the Milwaukee Bucks. Trying to get the double team by the Philadelphia 76ers out top. Good pass by Sherman Douglas to Robinson for the 3-ball. Now on the other end, Jerry Stackhouse, as I said, you want to back off him, realizing that he's been getting to the line quite a bit lately. Well, he just throws that there in a hurry. Boom, knocks down the 3-ball. Philadelphia 3 of 8, Milwaukee 5 of 8 from downtown.
Stackhouse, as we're back to action, has it blocked and he's fouled. And Jerry will head once again to that familiar place on the basketball court for him.
Coming into tonight's game, 96 out of 121 in the last 11 games, 79%. Stack last 10 games averaging about 26.5 points per game. Really picked up the pace here the last month.
Foul on Glenn Robinson, his second. Jerry Stackhouse, by my accounting, the leading Sixers scorer since the All-Star break. 84-82, Sixers by 2. Jerry with 21. Frankie King has come in for the Sixers. In to spell Clarence Weatherspoon. As the Sixers go small here as they continue to run around and trap. That's Cage wiping out the shot by Newman. Iverson runs with Frankie King. King a good job stopping Robinson, but can you stop him when the big dog has it going on? Look out.
Well, he's got 25 tonight on 10 of 15. Pulled down 5 boards as well.
And we're locked at 84. Iverson, once Newman, has his way. Allen Iverson leads them all with 26. And a marvelously entertaining game tonight here at Bradley Center. And the Bucks turn it over. Cage finds Hendrickson. Iverson, Stackhouse, that's for 3. Jerry gets it again, another tray.
Boy, the first one was a good shot. Second one was a bad shot.
Under a minute to play. Here in the third, the Sixer lead is 2. Baker contends with Cage, shoves him out of the way. In doing so, Michael comes up with a steal. Iverson by the Bucks like they're pylons. Looks at Brown, goes to the hoop, and Chucky helpless. But the foul, the liquid quick, Allen Iverson.
Well, the one thing that the Milwaukee Bucks do not have out on the court is a lot of speed and quickness. So take a look at Allen Iverson. You can see Chucky Brown just coming out here. Now he's just going to reach out and stop Allen Iverson from driving to the hoop. But if you're gonna get any new people in here for the Milwaukee Bucks team, you're gonna have to get some speed and quickness.
Joe Wolf in for Chucky Brown. We can only imagine that Andrew Lang's tendonitis continues to ache him as he is riding the Milwaukee bench. The starting center playing only 10 minutes. As the Sixer lead now is 3. At a 16-second difference between the clocks. Robinson for 3, and it blocked, and he's fouled. It'll be a 3-point foul shot, I believe, for Glenn Robinson. It is on Jerry Stackhouse.
Well, you could hear Chris Ford the entire time the Milwaukee Bucks are pushing it up the floor. As you take a look at Jerry getting the big dog across the arms, you can hear Chris Ford saying, hurry, hurry, we want a 3, we want a 3. There's about 5.5-second differential now between the game clock and the shot clock. So the Bucks, barring any offensive rebound by the 76ers, should get the last shot.
76ers basketball is brought to you by Brewery Fresh Budweiser, who reminds you that fresh beer tastes better. And now introducing new Born on Dating. It's the day your bud was born. Is your beer fresh? A fresh Armin Gilliam in for Vin Baker. And Robinson who dropped 37 against the 76ers last January, included in that game a 4-point play, shooting 3 at the line here, thus far 0 for 2. Robinson, an 80% foul shooter, makes 1 of 3. Got a 6-second difference between the clocks, so the Bucks should get a last look. Iverson eyes up Perry. Wolf running and out. Hendrickson. And now King. Frankie King against Robinson. Cage catches in rhythm. Yes! Michael Cage, his second field goal for 4. The Sixers lead by 4. 5 seconds to go in the third. Perry, the race against time, gets it off. No. Robinson. Oh, that would have counted. Along with Steve Nicks, marks him up. A wonderfully entertaining game tonight. We're into the 4th. Sixers continue to trap. It's been fairly successful. Gilliam goes diving in. Ray Allen back with the 4 personals for the Bucks. Perry thought he had Gilliam. The Sixers know otherwise. And as Hendrickson comes up with a loose ball, we have a Milwaukee foul.
Boy, Chris Ford's just all over his team right now, and rightfully so. You talk about a half-court trap. Just get the ball in the middle.
Make the play.
And just turn. Take one dribble, draw somebody close to you. Take a look at the 76ers. They're just chasing. Who's Elliot Perry trying to get the ball to? Mark Davis. He did a good job of doing so.
Elliot Perry picking up his 3rd. The first on the team. Iverson all the way in. Spun it. Couldn't put it home. Perry powers out for Milwaukee. Being guarded by King. Elliot Perry gets 2. Sixers come right back. Iverson right up and in. Once again, bad floor balance for the Bucks. The Sixers take advantage. Iverson with 29.
Well, you can see why this team has lost 47 games. Defensively, they've got to become a little more sound when they're playing defense out there. There's not a whole lot of balance. And that's what, about the 3rd or 4th time tonight that we've just seen 76ers just beating everybody down court.
Allen Iverson having his way tonight. 4 straight games of 30 or more. He's dropped 31. Sixers by 4. Trapping Allen at midcourt. Iverson looks for the steal, comes up with it. Perry is forced to foul. That's his 4th.
Oh, we've got a foul on Allen Iverson.
You're kidding me.
That's a huge turnaround. Ray Allen getting stuck in the middle.
What's the foul?
The bump before Elliot Perry got him, I guess.
3rd personal on Iverson.
That's a huge turnaround.
Then Robinson having himself a 2nd half. So now it's a 93-91 game. King takes Allen, challenges Wolf. Forget it. Robinson. King the foul.
Well, the one thing that you want to do as soon as you get over half court is find Glenn Robinson. Here's a guy definitely on a roll right now for the Milwaukee Bucks. He's got 28 points, so immediately find him and stay with him.
We have a timeout. The Sixer lead right now is 2.
Oh, Ray Allen.
And they stopped the game here, I believe, because of Glenn Robinson, 5,000 career points.
Correct. He needed 28 coming into tonight's game. And he's right on that now with that last jump shot. Got 5,000 points in a career. Stop the game, give him the game ball.
Hence the reason for the timeout. We don't go to huddles, though the 76ers taking advantage during that last timeout.
And here's his 5,000th point. Rising up. Pat the jump shot. All cut for Glenn.
He is 11 for 17. Former #1 pick. Sixer lead is 2. Allen against the 10-dayer Frankie King. Allen is fouled. And root to the hoop. Mark Davis called for his 5th. Mark Davis, who's been a valuable player tonight for the 76ers with 17, not to mention his rebounding and his passing and helping out in the trap defense, which has been so good tonight for the Sixers. Now we'll take a rest along with Mark Hendrickson, Jerry Stackhouse, Clarence Weatherspoon coming back for the Sixers. Ray Allen, normally an 82% foul shooter, unable to dent the Sixer lead.
And that shows a little lack of concentration coming down the stretch here of the season. Might get a little tired. But not that young fella.
I'm telling you, he can run forever. 33 for Iverson. King off the miss by Perry. Iverson, there he goes again. Hit and foul. Joe Wolf playing enforcer back there for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Allen Iverson getting by Elliot Perry. Boom! Gets up in the air. Armin Gilliam. Joe Wolf closing the gap just a little bit.
That is 4 on Wolf. Vin Baker in for Armin Gilliam. Only 7 minutes tonight for Gilliam, who averages 26. Chris Ford intent on getting Baker off once and for all. He's been very quiet, only 7 points. Sixer lead is 6. Iverson helping King against Allen. They swing for a Robinson 3.
Well, once again, I mean, if you're going to double, you cannot leave him. You've got to try to double and rotate somewhere else. And maybe it's Joe Wolfscott. But you cannot leave Robinson wide open. Allen Iverson comes back and answers with a 3-ball of his own.
Allen Iverson looking for his 3rd straight game of 40 or more. My goodness, he's got 38. The Sixer lead is 6. Elliot Perry. Perry with 9 off the Milwaukee bench.
Milwaukee's only lost 6 games where they've scored 100 or more. Their record when they can score 100 points, 20-6. 76ers, on the other hand, they do a pretty good job as well. They 16 wins themselves when they can get to 100.
Iverson for 3. King the rebound. And a fresh 24 for the Sixers. Stackhouse for 3. And off the fingertips of Caldwell and out of bounds. It'll belong to Milwaukee. 100-96 Sixers, who have led pretty much throughout. Baker with about half a foot on Weatherspoon. Knocked away by Caldwell, but a foul coming up. It is on Adrian Caldwell.
Take a look at Vin Baker. The pump fake gets the defensive player in the air. Clarence Weatherspoon. Looked like a pretty good strip by Adrian Caldwell as that ball went straight down. Vin Baker steps up to the line. 68% free throw shooter. Knocks down the first one.
And that's actually the best season of his career.
Yep. You've got Glenn Robinson and Ray Allen missing their free throws, but Penn steps up and says, hey, I can knock down a couple.
Cuts the Sixer advantage to 2. 7.5 to go in the 4th. Stackhouse to work on Robinson. Weatherspoon, yes! A big 2 for Clarence, who's got 17. Perry and Robinson threatening to do the pick and roll thing. Perry turns on Allen, wiped away by Clarence Weatherspoon, and a foul. For Spoon, his second.
Elliot Perry almost loses the basketball in the corner. After retrieving the basketball, takes a look, says, you know what, the baseline is wide open. I'm going to take it to the baseline.
The Sixers in the penalty here. The Bucks only 2 team fouls themselves. And Perry will get another. Signed as a free agent. Last played for the Phoenix Suns.
Sixers offense the last 12 games has been on a roll. They're averaging almost 104 points per game, but their defense, boy, they're giving up 112.
Their lead trimmed to 2. Iverson again, strong to the goal. Hit by Wolf with a foul before that. Iverson hard to the goal. Caldwell the tip. Allen claims it for the Bucks, who trail the Sixers by 2. 102 to 100. 6:40 and counting in the fourth. Baker wants Weatherspoon. Allen the dive. Caldwell the board. Frankie King all the way to the goal. Robinson swipes it away. King, his most important minutes to date as a Sixer, and as Robinson begins his move, they turn it over. A traveling violation on Glenn Robinson.
Come on, stay with it. Stay with it.
14 turnovers on the Bucks. Only 10 for the Sixers. Weatherspoon met by Robinson. The Bucks get it back. Sixers almost got the turnover. Newman, that would have counted. Johnny Newman will go to the line. It is on Adrian Caldwell.
Elliot Perry loses the basketball right into the hands of Johnny Newman, who takes it up. The pump fake, gets the foul. AC whacking Newman across the arms. Bucks pull to within 1 as Newman makes the first one. Can tie it here with this free throw.
Consider it done. Newman with 8 off the bench, locked at 102. Halfway through the fourth. Iverson, who's been magical once again tonight, to a rolling Weatherspoon. No! And we have a foul coming up as Clarence was late crashing in, and he is called for the personal foul, his third.
Take a look at Spoon. He may have gotten fouled right there on the shot attempt by Ray Allen. And that may have caused the shot to come off just a little bit. On the missed shot, Spoon goes over the back.
Michael Cage, who has stood tall tonight for the Sixers, pulling 11 rebounds. In for Adrian Caldwell.
Last time Glenn Robinson went to the line, he was fouled on that 3-point shot. Went to the line to shoot 3, ended up just going 1 of 3 from the free throw line. Makes that one.
Mark Davis with 5 personal fouls. Frankie King holding the fort for him. Bucks by 2, 104-102. Iverson probing for more. Davis, one more for Cage. He was fouled in the act of shooting. And Michael Cage will go to the line for 2.
Allen Iverson getting into the paint once again. Nice dish to Mark Davis, who dropped the pass to Michael Cage, and the shot, oh, just comes rolling off. Got fouled in the attempt. but misses the first free throw.
For Michael Cage, his first trip to the line in the last 15 Sixers games.
Shooting just 46% from the free throw line on the year.
He was last there exactly a month ago, March 11th, at Minnesota. Makes 1 of 2. Bucks by 1 with the ball. Baker, the call against Cage. Michael cheats around the post and almost comes up with a steal.
People are getting an opportunity to say hi. Chris Ford came up to me before the game and said, "I'd like to say hi to my entire family back in the Philadelphia area. Tell them I'll be home in the summer. See you at the shore."
Chris went to school, Holy Spirit of Atsekin, and of course Villanova. Ray Allen has 25. The Buck lead is 3. 5 minutes to play. We're in the 4th. Iverson has Douglas, takes him all the way to the goal. That would have counted. Sherman Douglas is called, and Iverson will go to the line looking for 40 points for the 3rd straight game.
Allen knows that Sherman Douglas cannot guard him. Take a look. Going over the crossover move, and it wasn't even that quick. Sherman Douglas just didn't anticipate that move. As soon as that ball goes high with Allen Iverson, whether it's a left hand or right hand, tendency is to give the crossover move. Sherman Douglas just didn't respond very quickly at all.
And there it is, Allen Iverson with 40 or more in each of his last 3. One thing he won't tonight is play all 48, unless of course we go OT. Robinson. Davis, Baker outduels him, bumps him to the ground, and he's fouled by Cage, and Michael's furious that they didn't call a personal foul on Baker after Davis went down to the wood.
Well, he just leveled Mark Davis after coming up with the offensive rebound, lowered the shoulder into the chest of Mark Davis. Let's take a look off the missed shot. The long arms of Vin Baker getting the O board. Now take a look. Boom, right there. Knocks Davis down. No question. That should have been an offensive foul on Vin Baker.
It's an adventure with Baker, remember. 69% from the line.
Not quite like going to the free throw line with Shaq now.
Nothing's like going to the line with Shaq, baby. Baker makes it a 3-point game. A mere 11 for him, though he has ripped 11 boards. Iverson by Douglas. Baker looming as well. As Stackhouse begins his trip to the goal, he is tripped by Johnny Newman. Both teams in the penalty, so Jerry will head to the strike, where he is 10 for 11 thus far tonight. '76ers basketball brought to you by Hopkins Ford, the Ford Truck Authority, located on the fairway in Jenkintown, Pennsylvania. 1 of 2 makes it a 2-point game. Stack with 22. Sixers again traveling. Douglas. Baker mistimed his jump. Davis wraps it up for the Sixers, who are down 2. Stackhouse for Weatherspoon, and we're tied. Clarence with 19. A nice delivery by Jerry Stackhouse. Locked at 108. 4 minutes to go here in the 4th, and we have a timeout. 4:02 precisely remaining here at Bradley Center. 108 to 108. Tied at 108. Newman against Davis. Mark with the 5 personals. Robinson trying to shake free of Clarence Weatherspoon. Now it's Baker in the low post against Cage. Baker, who's been relatively quiet tonight, can make a lot of noise in a hurry. Vin Baker breaks the tie. He's got 13.
Very entertaining game tonight. A lot of points up on the board.
Stackhouse straight to the goal. Answers Vin Baker. Jerry has dropped 24 tonight. Stack, by virtue of the way he's performed the last few weeks, in the top 20 in the NBA in scoring. Under 3.5 to go in the 4th. Tied at 110. Douglas bumps Iverson, gets 2.
He did too. He gave him a little shove with the left arm.
Iverson being watched in the backcourt. And the steal by Allen.
Well, that's a long pass to try to get that thing through. Ray Allen had plenty of time to come down and get into the passing lane and get the steal.
Douglas again.
Let's see if Johnny gets a timeout as the Bucks go up 4 with 2:48 to go. Double team Allen Iverson once again.
Robinson helping Douglas. Iverson to the floor. He lost it out of bounds. Big possession here.
Huge possession.
Douglas, who has scored the last 4 for the Bucks, at it again. Weatherspoon contends with Douglas. Sherman took one in the face. And a foul coming up on the Sixers.
As the shot comes up just a little short, Sherman Douglas gets his own O-board. And you could just see Mark Davis whacking him right there. But now the play continued. That's where the foul was called. So the foul actually occurred prior. I mean, the whistle was blown, what, maybe a second or so after the foul occurred on Mark Davis. Good call, just late.
Davis finishing with 17, 7 boards, 5 assists. Normally, this would be a spot for Don McClain, but we have not seen nor heard from him in a while because of a twisted ankle. And so Doug Overton will have to come in as the Sixers here running 3 guards. Jerry Stackhouse, a small forward, if you will, with 2:26 to go, and Douglas will get another.
Not a good free throw shooter. It's 66% on the year, which is awful for a point guard. And you want your point guard at least 80%. You would like him.
102. The Bucks match their largest lead at 5. Iverson runs off the ball as Overton handles now against Allen. Overton gives up the dribble, calls timeout. Stackhouse tries to get around Newman, and just that quickly they call the personal foul on Newman. Both teams well in the penalty, so we'll march to the foul line here. Jerry Stackhouse, who's 11 for 13 with some big free throws here.
Went 1 for 2 the last possession, and with Doug Overton coming up and Michael Cage going back, see if the 76ers try to put a little full court pressure on the Milwaukee Bucks.
This will make it a 1 possession game. Newman, by the way, is 5th personal. Consider it done. 115 to 112. Milwaukee with possession. Overton helping Iverson with Douglas. Allen dips in. Weatherspoon, a big pull. Stackhouse, it's a 1-on-3. Jerry has it stripped. Newman takes it for the Bucks. 1:45 and counting. We're in the 4th. Bucks with the ball, holding 3. Robinson gives up the dribble. They knocked it away, gets it back again, and scores. On the night when he surpassed 5,000 career points, Robinson has dropped 35. Overton, that would have counted. Doug Overton to the line for the Sixers.
Glenn Robinson being double teamed, loses the basketball there, picks it up, gets into the paint, a little short 12-footer, and the way he's shooting, that shot's going to be good. Glenn Robinson, a big night, 13 of 21. He's got 35. Earlier scored his 5,000th career point.
Overton makes it a 3-point game. Doug his first 2 of the night. Sixers looking to trap once again. Allen relief for Douglas. Bucks and 10 looking for the good shot here. 1:10 and counting in the 4th. Baker, the double. Robinson for 3.
Deny him the basketball at all costs.
Glenn Robinson with 38 points.
Shooting almost 53% right now.
Iverson. And a big rebound for Ray Allen. Sixers looking to foul here. Overton grabbing at Newman. Johnny Newman, a 76% foul shooter. After the personal on Overton.
Sixers still have a timeout, so if Johnny Newman makes both, get the quick timeout. That way you get the ball half court and you won't have to take any time off the clock. Johnny Newman getting the shooter's touch, shooter's roll on that one. And that, boy, does that prove the theory or what? If you just hit the front of the rim, generally those shots are going to go in. That's all he did, too. He touched the front of the rim, got a good bounce, fell through the net.
A big two for Newman. Both he and Curry in double figures off the bench tonight.
For that bench, Milwaukee's bench outscoring Philadelphia's bench 25-7. That's great contributions by the Milwaukee Bucks bench.
Allen Iverson gets two, and the Bucks call time. Allen now with 42 points in the game. Mark Hendrickson in, as a delay of game warning is called on the 76ers. Iverson immediately fouls Ray Allen. Iverson had 40 Wednesday against Atlanta, 44 Monday at Chicago. He's got 42 tonight. Glenn Robinson on a night when he hit for his 5,000th career point, and then some. He's dropped 38. He's our Budweiser player of the game. Allen makes it an 8-point game. Sixers perhaps thinking three here, though Stackhouse heading right to the goal had it stripped. Robinson comes up with a prize, and he is fouled by Allen Iverson. For Iverson is fifth.
One thing that Jerry still has to work on is that ball handling. Still turning that thing over a little bit too much. But I'll tell you what, it's improved vastly since the beginning of the year. And you know, if you have 3 months, 4 months in the summer to work on that, which you should do, boy, I'll tell you what, you come back with good ball handling ability, he's going to really be unstoppable.
In our Discover Payback Playback, a big three by the big dog.
Good outlet pass by Vin Baker.
Had a decent second half, hasn't he?
He really has. 30 points here in the second half by Glenn Robinson.
And he's got 40. Iverson now with 44. That matches his career high. The clocks here are virtually identical with the Sixers down 8. And the Bucks just spreading the floor. Leading by 8. And they rise with warm applause here. A lot of it for the guy who's got the ball now, Glenn Robinson. Now we have a 24-second shot clock violation. We said the clocks were virtually identical. And when we say virtually, we mean virtually.
Chris Ford looking at Glenn Robinson saying, shoot the ball, because if it hits the rim and goes up, the shot clock will run out, the game clock will run out, and you get out of here with a W. Instead, he just throws the basketball up in the air, and Chris Ford said, that's all right. We'll take that, too, I guess.